when you change that death determination from a homicide to a suicide, number one, the first thing that happens, the investigation stops, completely stops.
On September 21st, 2021, Detroit police responded to this 911 call.
My cousin just shot himself.
21-year-old Isaiah White was dead, a gunshot wound to the head.
I was playing the game and I just heard a big boom.
Police body camera footage of the night shows the 911 caller and the caller's family talking to law enforcement about White's mental health, saying he had dealt with depression and self-harm in the past.
He was quiet. He's a quiet boy.
Okay. When White's parents got the call, they say they were in shock. He had just spoken with them that day, asking for help paying his rent.
Who would, try to make arrangements to pay their rent the same day and then later on that night kill themselves? So it just was not, I was not accepting what happened to him.
That might not be a suicide.
At the scene, police also start to raise questions.
The only thing that's throwing me off is the gun in his hand.
Yeah, and then where he shot.
Officers say before the single gunshot, White appeared to have been on the couch, smoking and watching TV. They discussed the shotgun that was used, questioning if someone could use it one-handed to shoot the back of their head.
In the medical examiner's report, it is said the manner of death has to be homicide. It was clear as day.
We went through the report to see for ourselves. In it, the chief medical examiner writes that the investigation revealed the decedent could not have shot himself in the back of the head with the shotgun in question and only using his left hand. Thus, the manner of death is homicide. White's death certificate also says homicide. After his funeral, White's mother began requesting police documents and medical records. And that's when they found this, a new addendum to the coroner's report dated nearly 2 months after the shooting. It changed White's death from a homicide to a suicide. White's family says they were never told about the change. The report states that blood pattern analysis revealed White could have shot himself with his non-dominant hand. It also cites White's past suicidal ideations.
We all have mental health issues at times. Does that mean that he doesn't get a fair investigation?
We reached out to the University of Michigan, which was operating the medical examiner's office at the time of the allegations. The university said it cannot respond to our questions as they involve pending litigation.
There's a bigger picture here.
Attorney Dionne Webster-Cox represents the families in the lawsuit. She says a death determination change has ripple effects.
And now you get to report and say, our numbers have gotten better.
And it's not just White's case. Kenesha Coleman was shot in the abdomen in July 2020. Her death was ruled a homicide, then months later switched to suicide.
He said we went by witness statements and polygraph tests. And later on I found out that the suspects had been changed to witnesses and that her cause of death had been changed from homicide to suicide.
Her family member wants to hide her identity because she says she feels Coleman's killer is still out there and she doesn't know who she can trust. Webster-Cox says in both cases, the scientific evidence did not support changing the death determinations.
So a right-handed person shoots himself in the back of the head with the left hand and it's a shotgun along 19 inches. How does that happen? Make it make sense for me and I'll leave it alone.
The families say they feel like collateral damage in a system that doesn't care about them or their loved ones.
But because it was a young black male, appeared to be all alone, they didn't know that he had a family that was willing to fight for him. They felt they could just push his life under the rug as if he never existed. And we can't live with that.